Alright, hello everyone and welcome to the 0.4.0 live update. Joining me here are Jackie Fish, Pope John Paul and J Monster, together with Wiselet, who will be playing in this land battle and afterwards a siege battle to showcase the new update and the new units. I'm also joined here by Lowat, who will also be commentating on this with me together. So, welcome everyone. And yeah, I hope everyone is excited to see the new units. You should be able to see on the stream who is talking and who is not. Put a little overlay. And that is it, but we'll now be beginning. Alright. So, Wiselet, let's start with you. We have a new lighting update in this. Can you tell us a bit about what's up with that?
Oh, yeah, indeed. So basically what we did is we improved the lighting and the environment. We imported lighting files from the Age of Charlemagne DLC and the Thrones of Britannia game.
Alright, and as everyone may know, Attila lighting is off a lot of the times just too dark or just doesn't look good on certain angles. So yep, hopefully this improves this a bit.
Oh yeah, it has really a dark environment suited for the game itself, but not really good for our Lord of the Rings mod.
Right.
So with the help of Victimized, the God of the Rise of Mordor mod, we could improve the lighting and the vegetation as well. So we have like new trees and new grass models with improved terrain as well.
Indeed. Okay, me and Lowat will now be moving to a separate channel, and yep, you guys can play the battle out. Alright.
Alright, hi guys. Can people hear me right now? Because
yes,
my
they can.
mic just decided about 5 seconds before you started streaming to absolutely shit itself. And then I was there running around the room looking for my phone to try and get the stream up, and I could not find it.
I thought you were awfully quiet, but well,
yeah,
you're
I
here
know.
now.
That's not normal.
It's just good. Okay. We've got some moderators in the chat. If you have any questions about this update, feel free to leave them there, and hopefully you can get an answer there.
Yeah. Bear in mind, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna see what the stream delay is like, just because I'm on this. You might hear it in the background.
Oh yeah, no problem. So, right now the both players are still just getting a position. We have Wiselet Man, who is the tournament champion, a very competent player, who is playing as a Gondor here. Then over on the right we have Pope John Paul, playing as Linden, who have one new unit. Let's take a quick little look at that. Here they are, the Northern Nobles. You'll be seeing these in the next update.
Okay,
Made by Manu.
so what I've just found out is the stream is actually pretty behind. However, it's okay. I will do some mad improvisation and pretend I'm live.
Sure. Can the background music be tuned down, please? Sure, I'll do that. Let me know if it's still too loud.
One thing that we have to bring up, there is a lot more in this update than what you're seeing on screen. Practically, this land battle is this is basically just showing off the weather systems and the terrain, and literally one new unit. There's going to be a siege battle after this, in which we're going to be showing off something very, very, very special, which a bunch of you are going to be really excited about. But just like, wait. That'll be in about 20-25 minutes after this battle.
Yep, we have a very cool siege battle lined up for you.
Hold your pants, get ready, because I've never been so excited for an update as for this.
Yep, meanwhile, let's move on to the other side here, where right now we have J Monster Total War playing as Dill, and we also have Jackie Fish somewhere over here playing as Mordor. Alright, let me know if the music is still too loud. I've tuned it down quite a bit. Alright, so as you may know from our Discord and the previews, Erebor has gotten the bulk of new content in that update, and in the next battle we will be showcasing a lot of new Erebor units, so hold on tight for that. Right now we are just... I hope you are noticing the new weather, which looks absolutely fabulous here by Wiselet.
All right. Sorry, I was just quickly setting up the stream. It's a
Sure
shame.
thing.
It's still quite behind. It's not even close to real time, unfortunately.
Really? Oh, that is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
it's alright though. Like I'm like 30 seconds, probably a minute behind, but we got it. Basically, my internet's poop, and I was not going to join the game. So yeah.
Alright, alright. Seems like both players will soon be clashing here. Well, actually, Gondor here, Wiselet, he's getting pretty bold here, because his ally, Pope John Paul, is still lacking behind a little bit. But we do have some sneaky cav here in the woods.
I'm actually really curious to see how the Cavs gonna work, because obviously it's like much less OP compared to the last few versions. Like it's really weak to archers or whatever. But I don't think these guys know that. Like, so the people who are playing, you got your YouTubers and you got Wiz. Wiz is the only
Right.
person who's actually played this patch before.
Yeah, he's one of the main database workers, so he made all the balance, little tweaks and stuff like that. He is one of the main players in that.
Yeah, so it's
So
going
he
to be
knows
pretty,
this.
pretty funny when you got Jackie Fish probably trying to pull through with his cavalry and just die, and he's just like, what the fuck?
Indeed. Shall we maybe try and have a listen in on one of the teams, see what they're saying?
If you want, I can pull them in. Actually,
Or let's just
you wanna-
move to them instead, I think.
should we do that now?
Yeah, who do you want to move to?
Let's go to Pope. He's always got something to say.
Sure, let's do that.
Equals 85, and Noldor Equestrians
Hello,
are 40.
guys. So, how are you guys doing?
Well, we've not really fought yet.
That is true. But the first arrows I see have now been fired.
We were a bit shocked to see the weird deployment of the enemy, so we are expecting Jellyfish elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, the position was. I saw that they were desperately trying to shift here.
All right,
Yes.
guys, do some quick work for us. Run us through your strategy, Pope. I want to hear some detail. I want to hear some analysis. I want to hear some absolutely mad strat. Give it to us. What is the plan?
It's to basically just see what they do and react to that. Basically, do you think I came here with a plan? I didn't come here with a plan.
You know what? I'm sorry for having
Probably to
it.
overwhelm J Monster's cav because he's got less cav, and then I can kind of go ham from there, really, with the cav into the rear.
And
Yeah.
I have to just say this, Wiselet. What is happening to your Princess Coast Guard over there? My God.
They are getting shot from 3 different arches,
Yeah, this is absolutely merciless here.
but you know they are tanking arrows, so I'll take that.
You know what I-
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Do you know what I think my favorite part about this balancing change is? How quickly the archers fire, like, is so
Oh,
refreshing compared to,
yeah,
you know, the old
true.
update where it was like 20 seconds between volleys. Like, Case, I don't know if you're doing this now, but if you like zoom in on
I
them,
am.
you can see, yeah, there we go. But you can see like how quickly
Yep.
they're letting off volleys.
Very, of course, a lot more realistically. An archer is not gonna wait 1 full minute before drawing his next arrow.
I must say though, it has been like the most controversial change because it's a really radical change to the archers and how they behave. So
Yeah, but
it has seen some critics as well from podcasters.
yeah, I know, but I think that's because people just need to get used to it. Like, they don't entirely. I don't think it makes them too OP because their kill count is never really that much higher. It's just they dish out the kills much quicker and much earlier, and obviously, like in the
Indeed.
charge, they can attack like certain units. And
Oh yeah, and we increased the missile block chance overall the
Because-
board.
Of course,
So-
people have to remember this doesn't make the archers 10 times better because they still have the same amount of ammo, right? You know, they
Yeah,
still
yeah,
can
we
shoot
haven't
as
seen
many
that.
shots. Still do
I
as
think
much
the one
damage,
thing,
but yeah.
the one thing it does do, which is actually like a good change, is the fact that when units are sort of like charging down lines, like
Right.
for example, if an axe unit's about to charge your lines, you can get a few volleys and really weaken them before they get in.
True.
Whereas before, it was like maybe
Yeah.
you'll get off 1 volley. Really, might get off 2 if you're like insanely lucky. But so yeah, it's a good change in my opinion. But you know.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's very refreshing, that's for damn sure.
Mm.
Alright, Loa, do you
Definitely.
wanna leave again?
Yeah, you guys, I believe in you. You got this. We're gonna
Good
go
luck.
to Jackie and say the exact same thing. So, bye.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Not sure what to do.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
So how are you guys doing?
We're doing okay.
All right. So I asked this question to Pope, and he gave me a very, very good answer. So I'm expecting a great answer from you guys as well. What is the strat here? What are you trying to do?
To win.
I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you in minutes.
I'll tell you when the battle's over. We'll do a big recap.
Yeah, our main goal was just to try and isolate the Gondorian player and try and get stuck in on him before the elves could really do much.
Yeah, I see this flank of his is getting overrun pretty badly.
Yeah, I can't really do much against the Noldor Cav. They just like doesn't matter what I throw at them. They just seem to
Yeah,
destroy it.
They are a little bit strong right now.
they are merciless.
So are you guys able to?
Yeah.
Are you?
It's a little bit ridiculous, actually. Like I got them like outnumbered 3-1, and they're still kicking my ass.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not
Not sure what the counterplay is there, but you know.
Yeah, also
Yeah, 'cause he just like ran at me. Like he like ran into the teeth of like my archer line. I just like couldn't do shit to him. Even like surrounding him, ambushing him.
Yeah.
A little bit awkward.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. Are you guys able to notice like how the pack's differing and how like the battle's flowing differently from before?
It's hard to say because this is my first battle.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Pretty. You got back into Rise Modern pretty recently, so.
Yeah.
With
I mean, I
Jellyfish,
think-
you've been playing this for a while, as long as I can remember, really.
I can't see what the hell is going on because of all the bloody trees, and I don't have the thing ticked off. So
Oh.
I really chose the worst place to go, but should
Yeah.
be okay.
Yeah, the deployment was a little weird. You guys weren't exactly matched, but it seems
Okay, so what are the number counts saying right now? If you
we
just
have
hover over the bar and stuff.
on the side of Wiselet and Pope John Paul, we have 2,100 men, and on the other side 3,600. But you gotta also remember, Mordor, of course, and factions like that are very much unit based, so it doesn't say that much, but still something to keep
You've
in
got
mind.
you got a unit. Yeah, nice,
Okay.
just noticed.
Right, guys, we're gonna now leave you.
Yep.
So we're gonna head back into our other chat. Enjoy. I believe in you.
Yep. Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Right, so Case,
Alright.
we need to show the new unit for Linden. So can you like somehow find them in the mess of this
The
thing?
Noldorin nobles. Let's see
The
if we can
Noldorin
find them.
nobles.
And here they are. That was quick.
Yeah. Once again, I have no idea what you're doing right now. Behind,
Well,
but-
here we are looking at the Noldorin nobles. New unit for Linden. Elite, obviously.
Oh, also something else we didn't mention. Manu, for about the 19th time, has retextured some of the Woodland Realm.
Oh yeah.
So, nothing new really, as it's happened a million times before, but the shields are very, very, very beautiful right now.
And guys, remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those in the chat, and we have some moderators who will be answering all of that. Keep
Do you know
that in
what? I can
mind.
actually I can scour through the comments right now and see if.
Sure,
if
we can
anyone-
pick some stuff out.
Okay, what actions are they playing? Factions are they playing as? Mordor. Oh, somebody else beat me to it. So, what's the point? Mordor, Gale, Gondor, and Linden. Yeah. Yes, giving archers love, but I think it should be a tad bit slower. It's possible. Bear in mind this has been like an extensive, like 2-month process of like loads of balancing changes. It's basically the entire system has been
True.
completely overhauled. So like in this, there's basically a few more weeks of testing before we sort of figure out like all the balancing or whatever, or possibly a week. I don't really know.
Yeah,
But,
but we are in the last stage of this update. which
Exactly,
is
and all these like
good
minor
news.
refinements will be.
Yeah, and in the next battle we will be showcasing all the new Dwarven units, which there are a lot, so yeah, keep your eye out for that.
Insane.
There really are.
Do you know what, Case? I have to say, YouTubers are kind of scary when you sit in the chat with them.
Do you have that? I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I was there and I felt intimidated. I was like, there's a guy in here with 150,000 subscribers, and I just want to let him speak, but
Oh,
then it
yeah.
feels weird.
I mean,
It's-
it is
it's
very
scary.
nice that we're able to get these content creators that play Rise Mode to join us here. Very nice of
Yeah.
them to join us in this epic
Yeah.
battle.
Obvious, obviously. And guys, for anyone that doesn't know Pope John Paul, like he consistently dishes out Rises Mordor
Oh yes.
content. So
We
absolutely.
should
good.
have some links to all the participants in the description, of course.
Yeah.
But
I
most
know
of
I'm
them, I
behind,
don't think
but-
we can do much promotion for them.
I know I'm behind right now, but it really looks like.
Yeah,
Gondor's getting
let's focus on the
absolutely
battle real quick.
demolished. What has happened there? Are they directly fighting Mordor? Is that
Ooh.
their enemy?
it seems like most of the units on this side of life are Mordor units. Because who was the other guys on this side? Dill? Or
Wow, it's actually usually it's a big surprise. Usually, you know, the good
almost
factions
only Mordor alive for
in
this.
the past, the good factions used to more than not come out on top, just because people were more familiar with how sort of you're meant to play as a good faction. Because like Gondor plays very similar to Rome or whatever, whereas like Mordor's really difficult to play with. But
Right.
like the Mordor player's done so well, he's just absolutely overwhelmed them with numbers, and that's really
True.
what you're meant to do.
Yeah, this is very impressive display, especially because you gotta keep in mind this is a very new balancing system. They have never played with it. So,
Exactly.
got some questions in the chat here. In comparison to other updates to the mod, is the update rather big or small?
Oh, absolutely ginormous.
Yeah, big.
Absolutely ginormous.
You know, we have
I-
had big updates before, but compared to especially the last update we had, which was just this minor patch really, this is a very large update, especially for the dwarves, which you'll see in a minute.
Exactly. And you know, there's things. You know, the team's been growing a lot recently. Like it's really been great. Obviously, like there's been a lot more interaction with the
Oh
community,
yes.
and we've had so many more people join. And we have Frosty, who is basically a man who I'm convinced does not eat, sleep, or drink. He just Rise of Mordor is his supplement. You know, he
Indeed.
wakes up, he 3D models. He's produced an entire faction in 2 months, and now he's obviously working on other things, but that will remain secret.
Yeah,
because-
well, indeed, the development of the mod is, well, I don't want, this is not an understate or overstatement, better than it's ever had, really.
Yeah.
It's
No,
going
I'd
very
say
well right
definitely,
now.
definitely. You know, there's a lot of things which we're not going to tell you going along in the internal channels, and I'm going to
Of
make
course,
you
of course.
you guys really want to know, but unfortunately, I'm not going to tell you because I like it. I like it.
Yep, and
Yeah,
as you're saying, and the Dale custom map, which you indeed will see in the second battle in this engagement,
exactly.
where you will
Yeah.
also be able to see the dwarves at work.
Yeah, we've also got some new mappers in recently, some new animators, etc. As you, I obviously jumped out of the team for a while, but I've just come back and started map making again. So, yeet.
Yeah,
That will be
and
fun.
it seems like the other questions have been answered by the mod. So, well, good job. I hope all your questions are now answered. And, well, who do you think is gonna win this from what we're seeing right now?
Well, I mean, I'm still a minute behind, but I'd say Mordor has this.
Yeah,
Mordor
I
has
think
it
they have
back.
the advantage here. I mean, of course, they also have some very elite units, but yeah,
No,
still a
rework
lot of
Mordor
troops.
will not be in this update. It will be the next one with along with some other reworks. Case, if you want to just zoom in and show some of the fighting, some of the guys in chat are like
Sure.
they want to see some of the brawls.
So here you have some Citadel Guard fighting the Uruk Thrung, which is what Jango Fett was talking about. These guys will be receiving a visual overhaul in the next update. These Uruk Thrung. Which yeah, that's for the next update. Let's focus on this one for now. Yeah, it seems like it's really just mopping up for Mordor, but we have a pretty big charge here by the Elven General, Pope John Paul, coming in here, trying to lift the siege of Wiselit's general, who's being heavily well encircled here.
To answer that question, Philip Henrik, sorry for picking you out, but yes, the new weather packs in. As you can see, the vegetation's very different. It's all Thrones of Britannia lighting. The lighting should across the board be much better now.
Yep.
Obviously, you've got units sitting in the shadows of the trees and stuff, so you know you're not going to have the best lighting on them. But that's kind of
Yeah.
that's kind of needed.
But even
you know,
this is
otherwise
already
you're going to have a game that looks very 2005 if you just have everything really bright all the time. You know.
true. But even with that, these units are a lot brighter than they used to be, a lot more visible, even in the shadows. Like you can pick out all the details. It all looks very nice.
Case, let's ask. What do you think your favorite unit in the mod is?
Ooh. Now that is in the current update. That is playable.
Yeah, before
Yep.
including Erebor, and then we
Okay,
can
well,
obviously
actually,
showcase that later.
I think Mansion Reclaimers, I think is what they're called. One of the new dwarven units. They look very fabulous. I think they have mithril armor, so that it looks very, very cool.
I think it's mithril chainmail with plate armor on top.
Yeah,
I
that
think
could be the case.
might be wrong.
A bit of a standstill here between these pikes.
I'd have to say, I think, it changes all the time. It changes all the time for me. But I feel like the Erebor Axe Warriors they just look so good now. I think they're up there for me. Yeah, I'd have to say the Erebor Axe Warriors. Are they? I don't know. There's I've lost track. It's been a while since I've played.
True, and it seems that the Pope Jean Paul and Wizard are making a last stand here, but I don't think this will last very long. There are two generals fighting to the last here.
To be honest, the good factions did pull it back slightly. It looked like it was going to be an absolute slaughter, but they've really taken down the numbers.
So we got some questions in chat. Are the devs working on faction-specific building architecture? Yes. We are. Architecture used to be pretty much nothing for a while, but we now have a couple people getting out some buildings here and there. So yeah, that's definitely happening. And it seems, yep, the battle is now over. These last units have been routed.
So, in terms of the update being released, we're not at the. We can't disclose that information, unfortunately. Also, me and Case aren't the team leaders, so I don't want to accidentally say things that I'm going to get shouted at in chat for.
But relatively soon.
Sorry, go on.
No, I just want to say it's relatively soon. We are in the last stage of the development.
So
the fact that we show this now.
I keep cutting you off.
Okay, go ahead, Lord.
There was another question. How did you implement the lighting from Thrones? I have no idea. It was a very, very long process of exchanging files.
Might be something we can ask Weislet in a bit. He is the one who did all that. So yeah.
Seems kind of lame. I bet you that is either TZN, Canary, or Smokey. Who is this Wizletman? Seems kind of lame.
Okay, so we will be moving on to the second battle, which is the siege battle, showing off some of the new dwarven units as well.
Yeah. So yes, the Mithril unit are going to be in game. He has finished everything for Erebor. Let me just quickly see what other questions we missed. Custom architecture is being made. If you guys want to check previews, if you haven't, Jox has actually just done a monumentous step and managed to get curved walls working, which is insanely exciting for me. Because as a mapper, that gives you new options. It means you can start making things like Pelargir. In the future, you can think about maps like Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith, all that. Now, I'm not saying these are going to come within the next few weeks or months or whatever, but it opened a bunch of options, absolutely a bunch of options, even Isengard, stuff like that. So I'm really, really excited. There really is a lot going for the mod right now, and there's a lot of stuff that I really wish I could say, but we're going to have to wait a few more weeks till maybe the next Q&A stream or something, and then we can disclose all of that.
Some more questions here. Let's see. Are there any feminine units already in the game? No, there are none. But from what I've heard, it is being discussed if some of the elven units will have some. But I can't say that for certain if that will be the case or not.
Okay. So shall I just do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag us back into Jackie and Jelly Monster's channel. We can have like a 5-minute chat with them about the battle, and then we can head to Erebor.
Yes.
Or, well, not Erebor.
Dale, I think. Oh,
Dale.
Yeah, Dale.
Yeah. Okay.
Showcase the new dwarven units.
Hey
Hello,
again, guys.
everyone. Pretty good battle there. Pretty good last stand as well. Very honorable.
I can't believe how many kills, how quickly that halberd unit turned around and just smashed.
I know. I was so happy when it happened. I was like,
surely they can't get them down, and I'm gonna just run this unit over. And I was like, no.
It's for your audacity to come back for a second charge. I was like, no, he's done it.
So guys, apart from a few shaky issues with, small issues with the way the balancing functions, how did you find the battle as a whole?
I was surprised
It's
when I
hard
found
to say. I have no frame of reference, and I kind of got my cheeks clapped. So yeah.
Okay, well, you've been playing a lot recently in the last updates, and obviously reviewing a lot. So, what did you think?
I was just very surprised when I was looking at the units and then realized that I had very much smaller units than usual. I was the elves are much smaller now, but they're still pretty strong. I mean, the cav I feel like maybe was a bit too small. I was nearly getting schooled by mercenary escorts, but
we had the complete opposite from J Monster. He was saying the cav was extremely powerful.
Oh, there's just like one instance. I don't know if the archers of like the marksman of Dale or something like had a buff or something like that, but I was like charged in and then instantly was losing in combat to marksman of Dale. I was like, well, this doesn't check out.
I think they were like half HP or something, or like half numbers, so that might have had something to do with it.
Might have done, yeah. Wiz thought it might have been like you fired a volley off, which like just damaged my charge, possibly.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, the HP is a big thing. Like, even if the units aren't dead, like they can still take HP damage.
True.
So, Jackie, what did you think overall?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. The actual Mordor like orc infantry, not Uruks, held really well. Like I threw them in against Gondor infantry, and they were fighting against the halberds, the coast guard, and they were doing their job. They were staying alive and just, not getting many kills, but just keeping his infantry busy whilst the axes and the Uruks got round the side.
The one big question I'm interested in: what did you think of the archers?
Well, fire a lot quicker now, and you get through your ammo so quickly.
Yes, we all noticed that.
Yeah,
I actually really like them.
It's gonna make
it's very very refreshing, I think.
Yeah,
I think I played the older version and like some other like versions of Attila mods, and the archers just sort of seem ineffective. But yeah, maybe it's just the Dale archers, but I quite liked how well they were able to do damage. It's up to those elves, man. I couldn't do shit to them, but
Hey,
yeah, they seem good.
Wiz, so some people in chat were asking how you managed to actually get the Thrones of Britannia lighting working in game. Would you mind doing like a very quick run through of what you actually had to do?
Are you sure about that?
Leave the technical details out. Just
let's
a
do
short recap.
Because it's required like a lot of reverse engineering and binary stuff and decoding, that kind of things.
Okay,
So
all in all, Weislet has done a fantastic job getting this.
Yeah, you can't really just smash those files into a pack and it will work. It will only work like in Age of Charlemagne. You really had to change like a lot of X amount of files and things like that. So it was really tedious. Like I think I worked on it like 40-50 hours total.
Yeah. Just to answer that question, Simon, probably not is the answer I'm going to give. Technically, there is some crazy workarounds you could use to make it, possible, but it would not be working very well. It would be ugly. There'd be a lot of issues with it. Like, technically, there are workarounds. However, in practice, it would be something which, in my opinion, would just really reduce the quality of the game if it, if they were looking bad. Now, this won't be included, but you can practically create any custom beast that like is on land. So if you wanted to make like a fell beast that just walked, you could. I'm not saying we're going to do that because we won't, so don't get excited. But it's a possibility. The extents of the engine really aren't. I mean, the limits of the engine really aren't as severe as people used to think back in the day.
True. So are we almost ready for the next battle here?
No, I think I think I still have to explain how the siege will play out.
Okay, so do you just want us to leave again and you guys can get set up?
Whatever is fine for you.
Okay.
Hello.
So here we are again, just us two. So the players are just gonna set up the next battle, the battle over the Citadel, I think, and we will be seeing the new dwarven units in action.
See, this would have been the perfect time to whip out the Hobbit theme tune.
Oh, you want to do this? It's actually a good break in time.
I didn't have enough time to perfect it, so I just know I'm gonna make a mistake somewhere in there, and I'm not willing to do that.
Come on, okay. If
sorry,
you want to see Lord play on the guitar, let us know.
No, we do not want to see that. Absolutely not.
I don't know. I think we do, Lord.
Another day. When we're doing like a stream focused and I perfect it, then we can consider it.
Oh, I'll hold you to that one, Lord. Does the new lighting affect performance? No, not at all. Looks better, doesn't run worse, so very good outcome.
Sorry about that. My mic just. Oh, that's gonna be loud.
Anyways, I think we will be back with you once the battle is set up. In the meanwhile, we can listen to some great soundtrack composed for Isomotor. Alright, and welcome back. The battle was nearly starting, so we are now returning to you.
Yeah, guys. So I'm not going to jam. Get that out there one more time.
Yeah, the guitar song is not happening, sadly.
Yeah. I do not know how to say that name, but I think that's Frozen Man. But Ognian Petrov. It is most like. Is it possible to use a last? I have no idea, but probably. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, I think that should be more than possible to. He was asking if you could use the volcanic eruption, like ash falling from the sky, from the last Roman DLC to add that to like the Mordor. But I don't. Yeah, most likely, I would assume that's possible. Once again, don't take whatever I say as gospel. Like I really don't know that much about this stuff, but it seems like it should. You just got a Gron spam in chat for some
Yep, I
reason.
see it. I think they're listening to the music right now. It's a little delayed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
Grand. Let's
Just
get that
everyone, right? Everyone just spam Gron then. Do
Yes,
it. Just
do
everybody.
it.
I want everybody
on.
involved now.
Every
Yes, more.
150. I want at least 150 Gronds around.
150? No, I want 165 Grons, dude.
Ooh, yeah, we even got
know what?
Frosty the Dwarf.
I'm getting involved there. Gron.
Yes.
Oh god, this is a scary sight. Oh, Jan, no, Jan, you ruined it. You
What?
ruined it. He said looks like meat is back on the menu.
Oh,
Great
I
meme, but
see
not the
it.
right time.
Although he is right, it is almost time for the battle, and meat will be back on the menu. Definitely.
See, if you remove the context, that becomes a very scary sentence.
But anyway,
Just
are
saying.
we all excited for Dale, the new siege
No.
map? No, you're not excited for Dale?
I'm absolutely not. No, I am.
Honestly,
I think
Battle of Five
okay.
Armies, I think it's more interesting.
okay, but the thing is that is like a balancing mess. The amount of times
True.
that I've seen people try to recreate that battle,
I
but
think it's
not
in
be
though,
able
it will
to
be
like.
in the update, won't it? Battle of Five Armies?
Yeah, but like they have to, you have to balance it properly, like to make sure
True,
like that
for
the
a
timings
good,
are right.
proper battle.
I've seen that
And
battle
oh my
played
god,
out
can
on.
we just look at this Grand spam
my
through
God.
right now?
Yeah, it's the same.
Holy
It's the same 5 people now.
That's true. Well, actually,
Right.
no, I do see some new names I didn't see before.
Crack window. But it's
Okay.
like the amount of times I've seen that battle done on like any YouTuber's channel, and it's always been like absolute domination on one side or another. It's really hard to balance. So
Right, you are correct.
here you've just come up from the update. Okay, to run it down really quickly: weather changes, terrain changes. There's different vegetation. There's going to be one new map which is called Tarnos. 2 new maps: Dale, Tarnos, Battle of the Five Armies. 3 actually. There's going to be the entirety of the Erebor faction. The entire Erebor faction is in this update. You got 1 new unit for Dale, for elves. Would ladders be possible? I think Jock said yes earlier today.
I think so, yeah, I just saw something about that. But not an official confirmation, but maybe, yeah. And it seems the battle is starting. Alright, let's get in this.
Case, I have to admit, you have no idea how excited I am for Grond. That is being made, right? Eventually, like not now, but it will be made eventually.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's definitely possible.
I just imagine Grond battering down Minas Tirith with a bunch of trolls behind it.
Okay,
I can only
loaded
wait
in.
for the day. You know, if you think about it, right, it's gonna be really weird when this mod like eventually comes to an end, like we eventually finish
That's
or whatever.
just not gonna happen.
No, but there will be a day where like we move on from it and we just forget it exists, and like
I guess,
look,
yeah.
it's weird because it becomes like a big part of your life. You know, you check the chats every day, you speak every day, and like one day that's just gonna be gone.
And anyways, welcome everyone to Dale. Welcome, and a good Dale, not the ruined one. This is in perfect condition, in fact. Although there is, for the Battle of the Five Armies, a ruined version. In the back we have Erebor. Keep in mind, in this build right now, this is still the dev build, it is vanilla assets, but we do have an Erebor gate with all the statues and everything modeled and ready for game use. So you just have to keep that in mind. But for now you'll be seeing this.
Just to answer some questions, will you be creating single entity heroes? Unfortunately, for the majority of the single entity heroes, they will not be by themselves because in Attila, you don't like heroes don't work in the same way. You know, you don't have like the abilities. They don't have like area of attack. So what happens with even if you boost the stats to practically a trillion, they only ever seem to get 20 or 30 kills in a battle, and they don't really function properly. The only person that I think might, but I don't even know. I feel like Sauron could, if he's like made like a. I don't think this is going to happen, but there was a theory that somebody said a while back where you make Sauron act like an elephant, so like he
like
can
the
like knock
trolls,
people
I guess.
exactly like a troll.
But still,
But I think
only one troll wouldn't even work that well, even then, you know.
yeah, but I
Hard
think
to
at that
say.
point it would obviously it would be
But
it would be
anyway,
much better.
we are in game. Let's take a look at the dwarven units, if I can find. Oh, here we are. Let's take a look at what we have. Frusty escort mercenaries. These were already in the game, so we're not gonna look at that. Here we have the dwarven ranged travelers. By the way, all of these pretty much made by Frusty, the legend himself. Oh, and he's just moving them around right now. Tomb Wardens, these golden boys, very stunning, very stunning. Yes, Barak Gazat, indeed, or if I say that correctly, I don't know. And even the
butchered it, but it's
units
okay.
that were already in the game have gotten an entirely new look. These have been remodeled by Frusty as well. And let's see what more do you have. Airborne Warrior, Spear Guard, Dwarven Baruch Guard. Very cool as well with these beautiful blue capes. Arab Mivian Veterans. Now these are the Dragon Slayers of Erebor.
Case, do you know what I'm curious about?
No, go ahead.
Does he have the dwarven miners? Those are the only things I care about.
We'll see if they do. Here we have some samurai-esque dwarves. The Okorini dwarves, I think is what they're called.
Orikani, yeah.
Orikani, yes. Mansion Reclaimers here. This is my favorite one, I think. Look at these. These have mithril, chainmail and stuff like that. That is one of the most elite ones from the dwarven roster. And it looks like it. I'm not sure if you can already see it, Lowot, or if it's delayed.
No, there is quite a heavy delay, but I'm just I'm commentating based on what you're saying rather than what I'm seeing.
Right. But anyways, these look very good. Of course, the dwarves have a lot of gold, and they're showing it in a lot of these units.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly step in to answer some questions as he sort of continues to.
Before we do that, let's take a look at Dane Ironfoot as well, leading this unit of Sons of the Mountains.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, this is the first custom hero in the game that we've created. I think that was created by a joint effort of Hagenaz and Frosty, and they've done such a good job. He looks gorgeous.
Gotta give credit to Executioner as well. He made the helmet for this, I think.
Executioner is a modeler who's relatively new to the team. He's been helping with loads of assets. He hasn't made any individual units, but he's been making swords, shields, helmets for these units, and he's been a big part in it. Yep. So thanks to him. Quickly to get to some of the questions before I fall behind on them. Where was Gondor when the assets were from vanilla? We didn't have any. Oh, right. I'm stupid. That was a joke. Never mind. Will the Erebor Gate be added to the new update?
Oh, you're lagging a little bit, by the way.
I'm doing that today. This map was made by Potato, but I'm basically just going to be adding it in, so I'm doing no work. Right?
Yes,
am I good now?
You were lagging a little bit, so I'll just recap. He said, yes, they will be. Okay.
Am I good now, or am I struggling?
Yes, you're fine again.
Okay, so single entities like Ents. Now, Ents are right now not planned. Uh-oh,
you're lying again. Okay, seems Lord is just fully cut out now. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think his inner, they did say it was acting up a bit. Hopefully that is restored soon. Meanwhile, let's just explore the factions a little bit. We have Jackyfish playing as Erebor. We have...
I love Ents. I'm gonna be...
Oh, and he's back. Okay. Lord, can you say a couple of things real quick?
Sorry, did I cut out again?
Yes, for
University Internet.
Seconds,
oh my god, it killed me.
But you're back now. Hopefully it stabilizes.
Did you hear what I said about the Ents, or?
No.
Okay, right. So I'm a very adamant lover of Ents, and I will be fighting to fight for their inclusion. Unfortunately, right now they are not planned. Right now the focus is Trolls, Wargs, Mumakil, stuff like that. like I'm never going to say never. Once again, I don't really know because this isn't really our area of expertise. Never say never, but right now just assume that they will not be in the game.
Right. But they might be though. Keep it in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, goats aren't planned. Will there be?
Oh, and there he goes again. Yeah, sadly Lowell having some connection issues, it seems. Yeah. Meanwhile, Drag von
Some sort
Karstein
of
said...
story mode.
Oh. We heard him for 1 second there. Seems he is gone again though. Gone, reduced to atoms.
Ah, that's annoying.
Oh, and there he is again.
Yeah, I keep cutting out. So I'm just going to throw the questions to you and then you can answer them.
Sure.
There was a question, will there be some sort of story mode or story campaign?
Ooh, well that's a very interesting question actually, because I assume you're talking about campaign obviously. Kinda. The campaign will have events that shape the War of the Ring that you can follow, that you can do. For example, as Mordor, you'll be actively trying to find the ring using your ring wraith and things like that. So yes, there are story scripted things that will be in the campaign. Yep.
How many factions will the final version have? Am I cutting out?
No, I think you're
Okay.
fine again.
Right, so right now, I think, is it 18?
Ooh, I actually don't know this.
Well,
Maybe we'll come back
I
to that.
think right now it's 18. I might be wrong with that number. There is a possibility that more will be added. There is a possibility that some will be taken away. There is quite a few planned. You have goblins, you have Harad, you have all the elven factions, Lyndon and Landris, etc., etc. Then you have Ered Luin, and well, I'm not going to go through them all. There's quite a few.
Yeah, you can
the
check
Trello.
our Trello indeed to see what is being worked on and what the units they will have and things like that. I think there should be a link in the description if you want to check that out. Trello. Look at this beautiful kind of town square here in Dale. Potato Dude made this, by the way. Very, very good job to him.
There was a question ages ago. If I heard it right, you said you guys got the Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Thrones Britannia lighting in the game. Will you guys make a separate mod patch for that? No, we won't. Basically, the mod pack's divided into 4. When you download it, it's huge already. Unfortunately, I think it's 10 gigabytes.
Something
Is it?
like that.
But when you download it, you basically download 4 packs: main, models, buildings, weather. You need to have all of those active, and the mod order will be pack 1, pack 2, pack 3, pack 4. It's very self-explanatory, but you need all 4 of those active. If you want to be playing with other people, finding games, make sure you have those 4 mods active. If you want to be finding multiplayer games as well, I would suggest don't enable sub-mods because it's very unlikely that you're going to find people with the same mod.
Oh, and you're lagging a slight bit again, by
So
the way.
just keep those.
Oh. Well, we heard the most he was trying to say, at least, this time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think they will probably be starting soon. Most seem to be in position. They are still on the same voice chat, so maybe we want to hop in there, see what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's do that then. Hello everyone, hello.
Hello.
All still setting up?
Yeah, just went on J Monster, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get all my deployables and whatever down.
Sure. So, on the defender's side we have J-Monster, and is it still the same team with the...
Yeah, I'm defending.
Yeah, okay. So J-Monster and Jackie defending. Deal. And Jackie, you are in command of Erebor, right?
I am indeed. They look absolutely amazing.
Oh yes, all the new units. And there are so many of them, you can't even showcase them all here.
Literally, I was like, I guess I'll take one Abyss Shock Infantry, one Abyss Shock Infantry. They have like 6 units of Shock Infantry to pick from, so I just try to get one of each.
Yes. Yeah,
what would you say visually has been your favourite so far?
Probably the Sons of the Mountain, the unit with like Dane in it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. His helmet.
I can understand that, yeah. Dane,
but
absolutely stunning.
But also the Reclaimers look amazing. The guys with the capes and huge shields, they look great. The Tomb Wardens look amazing. So it's quite hard to pick.
Safe to say, Execution has just done a good job across the board.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Executioner, Frusty, and who else worked on the doors? Haganaz worked on the...
And there was one more, Scouse Sicaro, I think did some minor work on it as well. Don't want to miss that one.
Don't forget our lovely intern, Fuzzy Dog.
Who?
Oh.
Fuzzy Dog, you know.
Oh right, Fuzzy. Yeah, the Iron Guard.
Yeah. Who shows up like every half year.
Yeah, sadly we don't have that unit right here, I think. But yeah, he made the Iron Guard. But I don't think anything from this update, correct? Yeah, I don't think so.
Frosty said that he worked on like a couple of units for him.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
that's great then. Yeah, a lot of love being given to the dwarves right now.
Yeah, they have one of the most like fattest rosters now. When I was looking at it.
From being one of the smallest to one of the biggest, it's very interesting how that just happened.
Stonks up.
I think it.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
All right.
I think it's also going to be really interesting to see this sort of faction and the way they play. Obviously, their infantry is going to be far superior to most factions in the game, but you know they lack in like ranged and cav. So you know this is probably the first faction of this type where you're going to really see such an infantry dominance. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well, do you want to move them again now that the battle has begun?
Yeah. So enjoy, guys. Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
Oh. Now, Case, I absolutely hate to do this to you, but I'm going to have to take a 5-minute hiatus from the stream and basically leave you to it.
Sure thing, man.
Just because practically I've realised it's 6 PM and I have not eaten all day, and I've just realised that I'm starting to feel a bit sick because I'm an absolute idiot. So I'm going to quickly make myself a sandwich so I don't, you know, start feeling really ill.
Sure thing, man.
Sorry about that, man.
Yep, we'll see you in a second.
Enjoy.
Okay. Alright, well, let's see. We're pushing up right now. So, let's see. Pope John Paul, playing as the Easterlings, is besieging Dill, while we have over here Wiselet, who I think, yeah, he's going full force against the Erebor Dwarves, who are valiantly defending their home of Erebor. And again, keep in mind, this model will be replaced with an actual Erebor gates model thing. Let me just look at the chat meanwhile as well, if there are any questions. Breadbasket says, wondering where I can find that Trello. It should be in the description of this livestream right now. If it's not, then I request the moderators to put it there. And I don't see many other questions. If you do have one, just post it in the chat. And yeah, it's gonna take a little bit for this to get started. Everyone still has to move, but it seems Jackie Fish playing as Erebor will be defending, so Wise will have to go all the way over there. But over here, yep, the fighting is about to begin here, with the siege towers from Pope John Paul and the Menadil desperately trying to defend their city. Seems we have Maron in the chat as well, or Maestro in the chat. Your names are very similar, but welcome. Who started making this mod? There was a couple of guys, Vicus, Jocks, and a couple other people. I can't remember all the names, but it was a long time ago. And a lot of those people are not here anymore, working on the mod. But yeah, if you have any Dwarven units you want me to showcase, just let me know. But I think I got all of them. And keep in mind, there's a lot of units that, well, the players didn't have enough funds to even bring all of them. So yeah, there are even more units in this update that we aren't even able to show right now. So it's very big for Erebor. Someone is asking, what is the progress with the trolls? It is hard to talk about the trolls, but they are being worked on. The animations are being worked on. The model is completely finished already for a while. And if you go on the channel and scroll back a bit, I think there are a couple of streams where they are working on the animations of the trolls that you can watch. We have someone saying, will there be pig cavalry for the dwarves? I think there will not be, from what I can remember. There will definitely not be goats. There might be boars, but I don't think so. We've got one. This is Wiselet here. Yeah, both Wiselet and Pope playing as the Eastlings. J-Monster here, defending the walls of the hill. And one of the big changes you might be noticing is that the archers, they fire realistically now. You know, they reload very fast. Normally they used to be waiting like 4 minutes before another shot was even fired. And yeah, luckily that has been changed. Well, luckily it's a controversial change. Some people like it, some don't. But I personally feel it's a good change. Yeah, oh, seems a breach has been made here. Seems like deal is ready, J-Monster here. But yeah, who knows? These might just throw themselves in there. Doesn't seem like it though. He's going for the walls, I guess. Hope John Paul here. Going for the walls instead of this breach. Any other questions? The dev team got bigger, right? Yes, we are growing pretty well right now. Yes, very much so. Show the one in the forest, please. And these guys, the Arid, oh, he's changed them now. Arid Midran veterans, these are the Dragon Slayers. And we have these Baruch guard. Yeah. Question, will there be horde factions like remnants of Angmar or Khant? Ooh, there will be some hordes I think, but I'm not entirely sure, maybe a moderator. Or maybe his Maestro is still in there, he can answer that. Meanwhile, the battle on these walls are still actively going on. And maybe let's listen in to J-Monster and see how he's defending the walls. Alright, hello. I see J-Monster, you're actively trying to keep the walls, you're not retreating from that. How do you think that's going right now?
It's alright.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
I see a breach has been made, but they're not really going for it, are they? It's a pretty big breach here. Oh, actually, they might just charge now. We'll see. And Loa, are you back as well? I think so.
Yes, I'm back from my sandwich making escapades. I'm just eating it as we
All right. And Jackie, I think the fighting on your side is just about to begin. It's not much happened there yet.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Which looks like you'll be violently trying to defend our warrior.
Yeah, I'll die at the gates of Erebor, just like Dane did.
Yes, you will be facing Wiselet in all his glory. We'll check back on that when that has begun, and we will move back to the other channel. Alright, so we just had a look. Seems like they are decently confident. Yeah, J-Monster still trying to get these balls. And yeah, he's not giving up, and it's going decently well. Pretty even fighting. And on the Erebor side, it's almost beginning. So yeah, if this gets won quickly though, what you gotta keep in mind is then the other party can quickly come into the city, completely undefended, and reinforce. So this is more important than you might think, this fight over here. And wow, we've got some artillery as well. What a great position for these onagers here from J-Monster. Completely just firing over these walls and into all these command stations here. Yeah, look at this. Wow. And let me check if there are any big questions in the chat. Did Attila units on the wall use cover the wall from the start? Yeah, it is. There is a thing on the walls where they will, if they shoot here and then they move back to the cover. Yes, that has always been there. Can you zoom on the new elite dwarfs, please? Yes, let's do that before the fighting begins. Here we have the Tomb Wardens. Very shiny. Here we have the Mansion Reclaimers. Also shiny. And finally for the elite dwarves, we have Sons of the Mountains, commanded by Dane himself. Very good. Hello there, Tom. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Wow, seems like J-Monster has committed his general to keep these walls, and it's working. He just routed an entire unit here from Pope John Paul. And, this is actually hard to say who is winning this battle here. I think it's very much even right now. Seems like they are now finally pushing this this breach here with the Wardens of Ruin. Is it possible to curve the walls of settlements in Attila? Oh, actually, we just had a pretty good breakthrough with that, where Jocks figured out how to make curved walls work, so yes.
Literally today.
Yeah, literally today, so you were pretty on the spot with that.
Okay, I'm going to quickly, I know, just come back, I'm going to quickly answer a bunch of these questions because they were quite...
Yeah, I think I missed quite a few here.
Hey, list for you. Zoom in on the dwarves' helmets. Just all of them, because they really want to see the dwarves' helmets.
The helmets specifically? Okay.
Will there be Hobbit ponies? Not sure. Will there be horde factions? Probably not. Are being added in that regard? Will the factions of Cardland? Most likely not. I don't think so. I think it's just going to be Arnor. Why did the teams decide on the name Goblins? That's my Estro's territory. See, these are a lot of hard questions, Case.
Yes, I know.
Will the AI be lore friendly? I think they will be influenced to be lore friendly.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure like good factions will start with very good relations to other good factions, etc. So it's very unlikely they will declare war on one another. However, it's not impossible. Did Attila units on the wall use the covet? Yes, they do. Can you showcase the map of Dale and the elite dwarves a little bit more by just zooming in on them?
Yep. I've been doing that right now. And Dale, yep, we can go back to it. Yeah, as you can see, very, very big, which is of course accurate. Got this big center here. Couple of victory points scattered around. Yeah, very well laid out by a potato dude. Made this.
And finally, just one more question. Mythic, the entire balancing has changed. Fountain Guard will practically get ripped apart by archers now. Because archers
Did I miss the surprise you were going to show in this battle? The surprise, well, there wasn't really anything we weren't telling you.
The surprise was just Erebor, man. It
Yeah,
wasn't
all the Erebor units, these are all new. That's what you're seeing right now. All of these, pretty much. Maybe we want to listen into the team with Wiselet, because we haven't done that quite yet. See how they're feeling. You want to move us? I think low up might be lagging again. Anyways, we will be listening into that team.
Sorry, I was just taking the last bite of my sand.
Okay, Team A. Alright, hello guys. So I see Wiselet, you have just started your assault on Erebor here. Or well, it's been a little while, but...
They're giving a hard time for the dwarves.
Yeah, it seems you are doing okay on the flanks, but it's a pretty even battle there. And Pope, you are assaulting Dill, and well, you're having a bit of a tough time.
It's rough. It's rough. The units not been necessarily responding to where I want to put them. They've,
the pathfinding has been a
pathfinding's an issue. Yeah, like so I like the breach when I opened it up. You couldn't give an attack order for them to go through. You have to manually tell them to go through the breach.
I see. We were wondering. Well, he's got his breach. Is he not gonna use it? And I guess that is why.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're having a tough time. But maybe if Wise wins over an Erebor, he can come and reinforce you. But we'll see.
In terms of pathfinding, when I add the Erebor model today, I think I can help Potato with fixing that up. So
yeah, and because also now units won't land on the towers easily either. They'd like want to just go through the breach as well. Like now it's opened up.
The thing is that's just more of an Attila issue, unfortunately. When you have a breach, and
but it's like I was putting them right at the bottom of the tower. I don't know if that's just like,
it still happens in base Attila because they just find the quickest way to where you want them to. It's really it's really stupid, but I don't.
Yeah, it's a broken AI thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be out very, very soon, sadly.
Yeah, sending in the Wardens of Ruin here through the breach.
Okay, so let's get some more zoom-ins of the fighting. Like, get some more zoom-ins of all the dwarves just in combat.
Yeah, let's see how this is going here. Ooh, it's still very even, I think. How do you feel this is going for you, Wesley, while we zoom in on this fight?
I think the right flank was a very good place for me, but the left and the center is just collapsing a bit at the moment. So those areas are a bit tough, and I still have to fight like Dane, who has a very healthy general.
Oh yeah, Dane himself is in the fight as
I've
well.
been charging. I've been charging Dane for you, but it's still pretty healthy.
Will there be units that can't waver? Yes, there are, but those are already in game. I think the wraiths of Dol Guldur and phantoms basically never rout.
Berserkers.
Morale. Yeah, berserkers, yeah, but they do out like 1 or 2 men.
No, they
no.
fight to last.
The berserkers fight for the last. So now
Fine. Fair enough. That was strange.
you don't pay attention to the changelog.
You know what, Wiz?
You
I've had
should.
enough.
I play this game so much that I knew better than LOL.
I think Pope should take over your.
Yeah, Pope is now hired.
Make all the maps do it more. Okay. Anyways, Case, do you want to jump back into
Yeah,
the other
let's do
channel?
that. Sure. Alright. And it seems Wiz will win the fight here against Erebor, I think. That's what it's looking like. But we'll have to see. Let's get some cool shots of these new dwarfs fighting here.
Case, if you've been wondering why I haven't been speaking much,
You're eating, right? I
I only
know.
have food stuck in my teeth and it's really annoying me.
Oh,
It's
That
just,
is
it just will
annoying.
not go away, and I just want to talk, but I also want to get it out, and I'm like, stuck between the two. Ah, fine, I'm just gonna leave it. I'll get a toothpick
it
after.
is what it is. The battle won't last that long.
They sword and use it.
And look at this awesome shot here at Tail in the background. And these awesome mansion reclaimers here by Frusty fighting.
I can
Will we
definitely-
be able to damage walls with bombing boys? If you mean the, I think Isengard still has that unit, right? The
Yeah.
sappers? Yeah. If you're talking about the sappers, yes, they are in the game and they can blow up walls.
Question: can Morgoth be summoned as a mortal? I think I've seen that in chat like 5 times. I don't think so.
Will Morgoth be Ooh, I don't think so. I think, actually, I'm not yeah, I think I can say what's been said in the Mordor overview. If you get the ring, then you will get Sauron, from what I know. But I don't think there's anything about Morgoth. Are the people playing liking the work? Well, that's a question for them, but we talked about it briefly at the start, and I think so. I hope so. I think Ivar, that is Maestro, by the way. And yeah, I think a valiant stand here by these dwarves, but I don't think they will be holding, sadly.
Ivar, I think that is Maestro. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Not then. Maestro. Yeah, we spoke to them before. They do like it. They obviously had some qualms with the with a few of the sort of things which are still slightly imbalanced. But doesn't everybody when they're playing a game and they lose, you know?
True.
We'll always slightly go at it, but yeah, I think overall it's got good reception. I think chat likes it too, from when we asked them.
But what is very interesting to note here, the Battle of Dale has been won by the J-Monster team, but the Battle of Erebor has been won by the Wiselet team. So this is interesting now because there will be a second assault on Dale really by the last, the remaining
I
Wiselet
don't
forces.
know if I think Wise can do it. I think Dale, especially from the side he's going to be attacking on, Dale is just so fortified.
True. Yeah, I mean he doesn't have any siege towers over here, so he would have to
Oh,
walk
He's
around.
going to have to run all the way around. Maybe.
Wait a minute, where does this lead?
Maybe we can convince whoever's in the city, J-Monster, to do a majestic sally out and fight Wise.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I'm gonna
Because
go.
he would have to go now.
Alright, I'll just drop in there and see if I can convince.
Sure, I'll stay in here then, meanwhile. Yeah, seems like J-Monster is desperately trying to get all his forces over here. But I don't think J-Monster does not have much left though, so he's definitely not in the advantage either. And what is interesting is Pope John Paul himself, the general, is still alive. And I assume he will be also fighting here. Bane of the Steppes is what their general is. But it seems the loss of Erebor has been routed sadly here. Here they flee the dwarves. Let's take a look at the questions. How far before the events of the main trilogy will the campaign be set? It starts a little bit before the War of the Ring. I don't know how much. I see Ivar's in chat. Maybe he can give you a precise date, but I don't know.
So, Case, in terms of the dwarves, do you know anything about their size and whether sort of their bulkiness has been increased?
Yeah, a big complaint about the dwarves is that they were pretty much always just feeling like children, just human children, because yes, they were just normal sized models scaled down, but for these models, there's been active intention been put into making them feel bulky and actually like dwarves, and not just small kids. So, yeah.
They've been made bulkier, and they're actually, I think they are 10% taller than before. So
yeah.
they're pretty scary.
They look pretty bulky.
No, I think they're about the size needed. Man, Wiz's army, it's let's you know what, that battlefield is all the dead bodies. I don't know if you've zoomed in on it already, but that is brutal.
Yeah. Wow.
Wiz is looking pretty defeated right now. I can't lie. However, so is Erebor. You know, I think it really comes down to where who is it that's fighting in the city? Where J Monster decides to sally out if at all, or is Wiz?
Did you convince him to do this or not?
Yeah, he said he would. The thing is, it's going to take him quite a long time to get out there.
True.
I think on the open field, I think Wiz might have this one. If he can use his cav correctly. If J Monster catches him on the bridges, I think that the quality of Erebor's infantry will. The cavalry on the Easterling side could do,
well, the thing I'm noticing here is Wiselet still has some decent numbers in most of these units, but the J Monsters, they are, well, most of them are, I think, a lot weaker. He's got more, but they are a lot weaker. This unit has 14 men, for example. This one, 16. So yeah, these will rout in a good charge, you know. That's very, can be very risky. Will the Ravenhill be included? I'm not sure. Do you know what that is?
Ravenhill's the if I'm not mistaken, it's where Azog had his flags and stuff, and isn't that where he came from? I think Ravenhill is technically included. It doesn't really have a function, but it doesn't have custom models. So if you go somewhere behind Dale, there should be like a few broken towers.
This maybe?
Unfortunately, I'm not completely up to time with the stream, so I won't be able to tell you.
Yeah, you'll see it in a sec maybe. I think this might be what it is.
No, just scout around the back of Dale and, something will resemble it. Unfortunately, like, Ravenhill in itself won't be fully available.
Yeah.
I think it really just isn't enough space, in all honesty. See, what confuses me about this map is it seems noticeably much larger than...
It does, doesn't it?
This is what I'm not really understanding.
It's massive.
An 8x8. Because, for example, I'm comparing Dale to, for example, Tarnost, which I just made, and it feels like they're not really that far apart in terms of size, but the space Plato had left on this map is just...
It feels massive, doesn't it? Yeah. Which is a good thing, of course.
Yeah. I actually kind of want to message him and give him a shout.
Does somebody from this chat want to play a battle in Rome? Very good that you asked this, because if you join our Discord, we have a handy little matchmaking channel where you can find others to play battles with. So yeah, definitely check that out. Invite is on screen.
My sandwich was great. It had ham, it had some fancy cheese, it had what's that bread called? I don't know. It was a type of bread, but it had oats in it. And then I fried it on a frying pan with butter on both sides, and it was really good. And it's now finished, and I'm pretty sad. So I think when this stream ends, another one.
Another one is gonna bite the dust there.
The Dell assets are from the base game.
Yeah, but they fit well enough, you know.
Yeah.
If they wouldn't look good enough, we wouldn't have used vanilla assets. But if we can use them and it looks good, we do. It's otherwise just a waste of effort.
Do you know what else I think I'm really, really excited for, apart from the campaign map itself? So, for the viewers, guys, if you don't know this, when you go into Total War Attila and you go into multiplayer, there is basically, when you like go to select your map, there is a like photo of the grand campaign map. So like a photo of the European map, and you're basically able to click on that map, and there's like auto-generated terrain. So what we're actually working towards right now, which is going to be insanely cool. I feel like I'm allowed to say this, right? This isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
isn't like
It's
anything.
only a small thing, really.
But it's basically the Middle Earth map will replace that Europe map, and you'll be able to click on places like Mordor, or click just outside Minas Tirith, and then the terrain will be auto-generated in the map, so you can have like Mordor battles where the Mordor terrain's like really dark, it's gloomy, it's red, whatever. Then you could click just outside of Minas Tirith, and there will be auto-generated land where you'll be able to see Minas Tirith in the background, and you can fight a land battle there. Maybe, I'm not sure if this will be a thing, but there's also a possibility that you might be able to see Osgiliath when fighting Minas Tirith in the distance, or things like the Black Gate if the distance isn't far enough. So basically, like, all these multiplayer maps will be directly implemented onto the campaign into this gigantic auto-generated Middle-earth map. So a lot of like the custom battles won't have to be made. So it's going to be really, really, really cool.
Also, I have a question here by Django Fett. He says, "Who makes the official Rise of Mordor maps?" Well, we have a couple of mappers. This one has been made by Potato Dude, but Lobot, who we're talking to right now, is also one of the guys that made a lot of the maps. So yeah,
I've made the majority of Gondor maps, I think.
Yeah, you were at some point you were just cranking the Gondor ones out a
lot.
lot.
For university in the age of quarantine back at home, I was something that. But yeah, so it's a mix between Doomon 15 is an extreme, like, he's a map maker that's been across all the games. Like, most people who are into Total War modding know who he is. He's working on something right now, which I nearly just accidentally said because he's working on something. He helped with Kaer Andros. He made the majority of Kaer Andros, and he made a few land maps. Case used to be involved in map making.
My very first things were maps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, especially because I can recommend this to everyone as well. There's, custom tools by CA for that, so it's pretty easy to get into it. You can download it and just start messing around and see if you enjoy doing it.
Exactly, and also for anyone that does want to get into map making, I do have a YouTube channel, very inactive now. However, on that channel there are 3 tutorial vids on how to make custom maps, so anyone can get involved.
And that's just called Lobot, right?
Yeah, Lobot, like my Discord name.
Ah, yes.
So there was one more thing I was going to say. So yeah, Potato, I absolutely love Potato's work. He works in a very different way to me. He's a big perfectionist, and if I'm honest, he spends a lot more time on the maps than I do.
Yes, he wants every detail grinded.
Yeah, if I was to make Gale, it probably wouldn't have come out as nice as this. He really is a sucker for the details, and that's why his maps are always so high quality. But yeah, in terms of what maps are coming in the future, there's a few that are being worked on now. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to say this. I'm currently about to start work on a map which is really cool, which is going to be Peligir.
Yes.
Obviously, you guys have seen the curved walls. That basically gives us a lot of options. So that's exciting. I can't wait for that.
Yes. And we've got someone saying, when will the guards of the Star City be added? Not really something even we know, and yeah, we can't really say that. But they are our planned unit, of course, so they will be added at some point.
Hey, big question. Where trolls?
Where trolls? Trolls are deep in the mines somewhere. I can look around, but yeah, I don't think I see them.
Dwarves do have crossbows. There's my channel link.
Will there be dwarven crossbow unit? Yes, there is one already.
Yeah, trolls have been made twice, and now they are being made for a 3rd time. I have to admit, I hurt my soul with making those things the first 2 times, but unfortunately there were issues both times, and they're on the 3rd and final process of being animated right now, so they are in the works.
Yeah, take a look, scroll back in the channel history, and you should see some live streams where they were being worked on, if you want to have a little look at how that's going.
There was something else that I was going to say, but I think I've forgotten.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Jox wanted me to say one thing.
Oh.
If you take a look at Erebor case...
Of course.
So, case... Not case. What am I saying? English is a difficult language sometimes.
Indeed.
So, basically, in place of the mountain and the current Erebor model that you right now see, in future, we're going to... So, actually, today, I'm going to be adding a custom Erebor model to Potato's map and just fixing up some things on the map before the final update. And tomorrow... Well, not tomorrow, that's a complete lie. In future, maybe by the next update or the one after, there's going to be a gigantic Lonely Mountain model. A very close replica of the Lonely Mountain model put in the map with obviously Erebor's gates on top of it, which is going to be really, really exciting and really, really cool.
So the important thing to take away from that is when this update is dropped and you'll be playing this, you'll be seeing the actual Erebor gates and not this placeholder vanilla model. That's something to note. Will there be any lower tier elves? Yes, there will definitely be lower tier elves. And if you check the Trello, which is in the description, you can see the planned roster for the elves.
Yeah. Do crossbows shoot faster? Crossbows do shoot much faster. They are stronger than before. Unfortunately, like in the past updates, Erebor crossbows were extremely underpowered unless in like very in situations that really favored them. Now they shoot faster, they do damage quicker, but their ammo also runs out quicker. So I do think they are better than they were before.
Yep. We've got someone asking, will there be any maps like Moria? And yes, there will certainly be inside maps like Moria, and they will look very cool. I can tell you that.
Yeah, there's actually some exciting developments on maps such as that right now, so...
Maybe you'll see something soon, but I can't promise that.
Yeah.
And it seems like this battle is really just starting here, with the last little battle of this siege. The remaining forces selling out to each other. And this will soon be wrapped up, I assume. Yeah, well, we're a little over schedule, so hopefully the players don't mind.
I was literally just about to say that. It was a big stretch to fit this all into 1 hour, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Will there be statues of the dwarves? Yes, there will be statues, there will be the gates, everything. And the bridge, I think there's a bridge asset, there's a gate asset, and there's the statue assets. So yeah, it will be complete Erebor model.
I really hope that we can possibly pique Pixelated Apollo's interest in Grom again soon, because
maybe.
it would really be great to get his his exposure once again. Because I think one of the big problems is that not a lot of people know that Rise of Mortal's like in full stride right now, and that it's really quickly being developed. I still feel like a lot of people even think the mod's dead, which is obviously a shame.
Yeah.
So yeah, for anyone just watching, spread the word. Tell your friends. Yeah,
it's better than ever. I mean, everything is going well. Trolls are being developed. Campaign is fully possible. Custom campaign map. Yeah, it's all looking very bright.
Yeah. The final stand.
Thank you, Dark Right. A bit off target, but what are the PC specs? Of the person recording, I have an RTX 2080, not the Ti, and I think an i7. CP. Yes.
No wonder your game has been running smoothly.
It is. Yeah, I'm surprised. I was kind of scared whenever I stream that it's gonna be laggy AF, but luckily, is this actually a thing where in multiplayer it sometimes runs smoother than with AI involved?
Yeah. So the reason it does that is because, as far as I know, so when you play against AI, if it starts to lag, it will stutter, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in multiplayer, now I think this is correct. In multiplayer, instead of stuttering, it slows like the whole game down for practically everybody very slightly.
Right.
So that's why like sometimes it can but sometimes it does it quite a lot, and that's why the battles play like in slow motion sometimes. because in very, very laggy games. So if I'm not mistaken, I do think that it just slows the game down very slightly by like 0.1 speed or 0.2 speed or whatever, to sort of bring it to what looks like a very, very stable thing. So I don't think it's as noticeable. Now this is just what I'm pretty sure I've observed over the last year, but it could be wrong.
Yep. And we have Mythic Youth asking, is there any extra units other than dwarves? Yes. Linden got the Northern Nobles, and some of the Woodland Realm visuals have been a little tweaked by Manu. So that's also, but it's mostly about the dwarves in this update.
Yeah. So what's currently being worked on in the mod? If you could give an overview of what you're allowed to say.
Well, it is kind of hard to say right now because, well, this was the main thing being worked on. But what is also very near to completion, but wasn't quite able to get that in here.
Wait, careful.
No, this is probably gonna go.
What was
Is
that? Okay.
Mordor Tier 3. Our unit in Mordor Tier 3 is getting a visual overhaul. It is. You can check the live streams, and Mega Blue Iron has been working on that. It's very close to completion, but not quite able to fit it in here, and will be probably in the next update. Yeah, that's
So,
closest
also,
thing to completion.
Harath has just started work, and Rohan's been
Oh.
starting work on recently as well. So they're both in their very early stages of development. But
Yep.
obviously, Frosty's the one working on Harad's, and his work rate is
Yeah,
like-
Frosty is almost already done with a unit with variants and everything. You know, Rowan, High MT has been working on that for a while, but he has a very... Well, Rowan is a very big faction with very detailed units, so he's doing his best, but
he had to High-On-T had to basically take a hiatus for a long time. So
yeah.
the faction's still in its early stages, but.
And here ends the battle. I didn't actually see who even won this. I think... Let's see. It was very close there in the end.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna drag the other the guys in, and we can just have a final talk before we shut the stream down.
Yep, yep.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Hello.
GG to both sides, and congrats to Jackie Fish and J Monster there. Very close battle.
Yeah, that was really close. It was a fun one.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate that Pope got a bit destroyed by the breach because he couldn't like pull his unit stream.
Yeah, you guys had some pathfinding problems.
Yeah.
Heard.
And like he kind of got funneled a little bit, which sucks. But
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Did you take out my arty?
I was like alternating, but I think I killed a couple of them.
Yeah, I think you might have killed them all because the crew came off just like after when I'm pretty sure I hadn't used all its ammo.
Yeah,
I think so.
I might have sniped him then.
Your certainly was firing for a lot longer than mine, so I feel like mine was taken out. I definitely don't think I used all my ammo, but yeah, no, that was fun. That was certainly fun. I think if I attacked the other spot, it might have been a bit less death.
We've quite a bit over
We're
time.
split it between two. Like I wouldn't have been able to concentrate everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, right. So, guys, any final thoughts on the update before we do close down? Because we are quite over time right now.
It's great. What else do you want me to say?
I mean, so far I've only had limited experience, but I went over like some of the rosters and they seem a lot more robust. Obviously the unit models look great; they always do. I was impressed with how well Bowman actually performed. Like I've played, like looked at replays of like previous games from the previous patch, and it didn't seem like Bowman did a lot, except like over an extreme amount of time. So I was impressed by how far they've come.
Yeah, very true.
Jack?
We'll see some women actually being brought in tournament games and stuff now instead of just infantry rush.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that's like super important for your multiplayer meta and for like your multiplayer scene is to have that like robustness and like more comps than just, infantry grinds that work out.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming here and playing in this with us.
Yeah, cheers for having us.
Yeah, man, thanks for having us on.
Okay, Lowat, let's move and have some final words. Thank you all for joining, and goodbye.
So,
All right.
hello, folks.
So,
guys, the stream's still on, right? You haven't
Yeah.
closed it down
no,
yet?
no, we're still good.
Okay, well, guys, I'm very glad that you all came. It was lovely
And
to
actually,
see 180
before
of you.
we stop, let's see if there's some final
go on.
questions here. So if you have a question, now is the time to ask because we're about to close. Someone is asking.
The tower's being destroyed. Not sure yet. We're still trying to figure that out because it is really sucky. That is like my most hated thing about this game.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
Someone is asking, what are the plans for the next version? It is very hard to say, you know. Of course, we've just finished this, so we can't really be too sure what's gonna be in the next one yet. But we'll slowly be dropping previews and stuff like that as we get closer.
Hopefully the next one might be pretty big in terms of mapping again, because I feel